vortex. I got on I'm amused right now because of course I'm last. Just like the first time that I ever came here. Almost 10 years ago. I showed up just in time and I was the last on the list. But yeah, 25 comics. Not including the band. So the band does their set. So I'm probably not going to go to Bobby's. I'm here that late. But I figured that was going to happen because when my name didn't get called, that whole time I was like, something tells me that if my name does get called, it's going to be at the very end. But that's okay. Because I'll have plenty of time to hopefully come up with something to say. That's like, you know, philosophical or funny or whatever. I'm debating on whether or not I'm going to play music. Or, I'm sorry, music. Sounds. I might play some sounds. I might not. I definitely am probably gonna eat though, because like I did go to Trader Joe's, so I have food, and every time that I come out here, I try to like treat myself, you know. So I used to just get high. And I didn't always get high, but it's definitely something that I would use as reward. But eventually it didn't work like that anymore because, like I said in the previous video, we don't have the same kind of reward system. So that's why drugs and alcohol affect us a lot differently. Now, I think that because I'm further along on that spectrum, whatever this spectrum is, you want to call it schizophrenia, you want to call it jazz brain, that's what I call it. But we tend to be really extreme about everything that we do. And so that's why I have this inexorbitant amount of content that is pretty mediocre, but it's still like pretty legit for what it is. I mean, it's real as fuck, you know? Like, it is what it is, quite literally. So that's still something, because it's still an effort, and it's still me putting myself out there, which is something that's really hard for me to do because I'm not a people person, I'm not an internet person, I really don't like the world, I'm very paranoid, and that's not just other people telling me that, I tell myself that, you know, I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of a lot of things, but it doesn't make a dent of a difference in the way that I behave, which is so unnerving. But, you know, like I said, I just gotta accept it. There's a lot of stuff I really just gotta accept. And I think that the reason why I'm struggling so much, and I've been struggling for a good like 4 months now, man. It's like, I think the reason why I've been struggling so much is because I just don't want to accept certain things. I would say that like 9 times out of 10, that's the problem with a lot of people and a lot of things. You know, there's just stuff that we don't want to accept about ourselves, or there's stuff we don't want to accept about other people, or there's stuff we don't want to accept about the world. And yeah, like, I can know this about myself, but in a lot of ways I feel like I don't have the ability to change. And that might seem like a total cop-out, or I'm making excuses. But I guarantee you, I would do a lot if I felt so inclined. Like I would do more of the stuff that the world likes if I felt so inclined, but I do not feel so inclined. I am very opposed to this place and all that it stands for. So I really, really need to do this though for the philosophical purpose. Like, I was just talking to Chris Reeves and he was saying that, like, oh, this is really terrible for your mental health doing this. And I was like, yes and no. Like, in certain ways, like, I understand where he's coming from. He's sucking in the negativity. That's his problem. There's a lot of bitterness here. Like, a lot of comics are narcissists. They're definitely on that spectrum. And so, yeah. Seeing the transactional element of it is really depressing. I just try not to focus on it. Luckily, because I'm so weird, people typically don't want shit to do with me. Or like, if they do want anything to do with me, it's very little. They might say hi to me. But that's it. A lot of them have a lot of respect for me, like they're in awe of me, but they still are somewhat afraid of me because I'm a pretty intense person. More posters. I don't even know if I'll do the posters. It was just sort of a thing that I was thinking, like, if I don't know what else to do, I'll do that, you know? Luckily, I have a lot of options. You know, I can eat food, I can showcase my brilliant thoughts on posters, I can fucking pretend to play chords some of the time, you know. I can pretend to smoke a cigarette. Ew, I have an apron. It even occurred to me, like, I could just put jokes in the apron. Okay. I gotta go. I feel like I've been talking non-stop. But, what's stupid about trying to work on anything, and I guess this is like the last thing I say before I leave, hopefully, is like, yeah, I can't make up my mind on anything. So, like, if I find a joke and I'm like, oh, that's a good joke, I don't work on it, I don't keep it. I'm like, okay, do it one time and that's pretty much it. If I remember it and I do it again, I remember it and do it again. Most of the time, I'm not gonna like put it in my next routine or whatever. But yeah, it's just really frustrating because I just have so much and I have no idea what the fuck to do.